Superman is finally here, and with it comes the start of the DCU proper. With the release of Superman on July 11th, the hype is at an all-time high, leaving people like me to speculate about the future of the DCU and Superman. Where is this universe's Batman? I'm sure James Gunn knows, because I have a feeling that's his next project, and the pseudo-sequel to Superman. So let's talk about it. Hey Internet, I'm Chris, and this is the place on the internet where I talk about comics, movies, games, and things I'm generally passionate about. If you want to hear about DC Comics and the DCU, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. James Gunn announced Gods and Monsters Chapter 1 of the DCU. One of the more exciting projects that he announced was Batman Brave and the Bold, which initially was set to be directed by Flash director Andy Muschietti, was set to be separate from the Batman. But as time has gone on since that announcement and the failure of the Flash, it's becoming more and more likely to me that actually the Batman Brave and the Bold might not exist, and what's replaced it is a Superman sequel titled World's Finest. Now that's all speculation on my part, but James Gunn has left a lot of hints about what he would like to see in a Batman-Superman movie. Also, he has hinted himself that he is currently working on a secret project that is kind of a sequel to Superman. So the only thing I can think of that would be a World's Finest, because I don't think he's really interested in doing a Justice League, and he is a big Batman fan. He has also stated that he expects to read 2 Batman scripts this year. One, the Batman Part 2, which was just turned in by Matt Reeves, and presumably a Batman Brave and the Bold. But right now, we don't even know who is writing Batman Brave and the Bold. All we know is that James Gunn is actually working in secret on a project that hasn't been officially announced. Now, this video may become irrelevant when Superman officially comes out and we watch it, and the post-credit scene is the formation of the Justice League, and we don't see Batman at all. But I have a feeling, again, that we'll get hints as to what James Gunn's secret project is in Superman and also Peacemaker Season 2. Part of what has led to the speculation too is that James Gunn has taken a real hands-on approach as a storyteller when it comes to being co-CEO of DC Studios. First 3 projects have all been written by him: Creature Commandos, Superman, and Peacemaker Season 2. And it would not surprise me with how slow the Batman Brave and the Bold has been going, and the Batman Part 2, that he decided to take matters into his own hands. I also wouldn't be surprised if he took on Robert Pattinson as the DCU's Batman. The current DCU already has a bit of a confusing timeline, because some of the things that happened in the DCEU kind of happened in the DCU. There's also Elseworlds, and Gunn has not outright debunked the fact that, hey, maybe Robert Pattinson is the Batman in the DCU. And as time has gone on, Robert Pattinson's actually at the age you would think a Batman with a Robin would be. Also, I think the relationship with Matt Reeves is pretty tight. He hasn't outright denied it. He's a producer on all the Bat-related projects coming soon, Dynamic Duo and Clayface. So even outside of the Batman crime saga, Matt Reeves is involved. And I wouldn't be surprised if James Gunn and Matt Reeves got in a room and figured out how this could work. If you read comics, this already happens. Like, you have a Batman that's in the Batman, a Batman that's in Detective Comics, a Batman that is in other books. Yes, they're kind of in the same world, same timeline. Some of the events are referenced, but you kind of understand that, hey, in these different books, they have different writers, and you might see a different version of that character in that without sort of being too confused. Also, I doubt Warner Brothers wants to tank one franchise, which is the Batman, by pitting it against another Batman. You don't want to compete against yourself. And with how successful the Batman is, along with the Penguin in that universe, I think they want to nurture that and let it be its own thing, while the DCU Batman still maybe will have Robert Pattinson. Yes, you may think the interpretations are different, but you're not saying, like, you're not dividing the fan base in half. And we kind of see this in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I mean, it isn't exactly the same, but you do see characters in other movies, maybe written a little different, like James Gunn's Guardians, when they appear in the Avengers movies, are a little different when James Gunn is handling them. And again, that is something we are used to in comics. And another reason that's led me to speculate that World's Finest is the Batman in the DCU and the Superman sequel is that The Hollywood Reporter, when talking about the Batman 2 script being turned in, had this to say: "You guys can stop asking James Gunn about this now. The Batman Part 2 script is in. Filmmaker Matt Reeves revealed that he and co-writer Mattson Tomlin have turned in the draft, sharing an image Friday of them with the script. But you can ask Gunn about who's writing the Brave and the Bold movie, because we're not convinced there is one." Now, that could be referencing the fact that, hey, maybe there's not a writer, but I think it could also be referencing the fact that there is no Batman Brave and the Bold movie right now. The slate that was initially announced when they launched this DCU has been in flux. Some projects have moved along quicker than others. Some seem to be off the table completely as of right now, maybe pick up a little bit later, like The Authority. But the fact that The Brave and the Bold actually initially had a filmmaker attached to it and a writer, but has not moved along at all, kind of tells you that, hey, maybe they're not as excited at the prospect of creating 2 Batman movies, and the kind of way to make a DCU Batman kind of exciting and a little different without compromising the Batman crime saga is creating a world's finest sequel. Now, they can make the same mistake that the DCEU made, which is, hey, instead of making a Superman sequel, let's make a Batman and Superman movie, which did not turn out well for them. But hopefully they've learned from the mistakes of the DCEU. We'll see. And what do you guys think? Do you guys think the Superman 2 is world's finest? Let me know. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace.